waters rose across South Louisiana in August of 2016, it brought uncertainty to thousands. Homes were destroyed, businesses were lost, and families were displaced. It's during these times of disaster when it can be difficult to look for positives. However, within the water-soaked homes and debris-filled neighborhoods, many discovered opportunity. Jared Serenay has spent his entire life as an outdoorsman, and as the producer of Louisiana Sportsman TV, he's built relationships with people across the sportsman's paradise. So when Jared heard the news of massive flooding, he jumped at the opportunity to lend a helping hand.
At the time of Hurricane Katrina, I was living at home with my parents. I was about 21 years old, and we were lucky enough to evacuate. However, a lot of people didn't evacuate, and I heard stories from a good friend from Lafayette about how he brought his boat during Katrina and rescued people in New Orleans. And I've always kind of been inspired by that, and I was proud of him for doing that. So when I woke up Saturday morning after the flooding started in Baton Rouge and read on Facebook about how the flooding was going on, just kind of hooked up my boat and said I'm going to go to Baton Rouge without really knowing where to go. I put it on Facebook, and before I knew it, there were at least 10 other boats that wanted to join.
Jared was just one of the hundreds of volunteers who traveled flooded streets, rescuing people from homes and bringing them to safety. This help your neighbor mentality quickly became known as the Cajun Navy.
Cajun Navy, as far as I can tell, goes back to Hurricane Katrina when people were doing boat rescues back then. To me, what it means is it's that Cajun can do anything spirit. You talk to, any typical outdoorsman Cajun, he either knows how to build something, or he knows how to work on something, or he knows how to get a job done. And I think it's that same deal that carries over into the Cajun Navy that, hey, look, we're not going to wait on Coast Guard, we're not going to wait on the local police departments, we're going to get in our boats because we know how to use our boats, and we're just going to go and we're just going to help people.
The Cajun Navy attitude was not exclusive to Louisianians with boats. Since 2011, Meredith Wagaspack has built a successful apparel line, specializing in capturing the charm and the culture of the Bayou State. And with the help of business partner Sarah Gibbons, these two Louisiana ladies realized yet another opportunity during this time of disaster.
The rain had started here in Baton Rouge, and at that time I'm in Dallas. While I'm driving back home, I'm on the phone with Sarah, and we're just trying to figure out what is it that we can do to feel like we can give back. Sarah put together a graphic of a photo of the trucks and boats, and she put Cajun Navy on it and put hashtag Louisiana Strong. So we made kind of our first post on social media and put that out there, and it couldn't have been no more than like 5 minutes. People were like, oh man, you need to make that into a shirt. We made an announcement and posted the shirt and said, look, we are going to sell this shirt. It's our Cajun Navy shirt. All proceeds are going to go to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank in honor of the Cajun Navy men of 2016.
The Cajun Navy shirt design rapidly spread across social media, and within hours, hundreds of orders were placed. It was then that the SFT ladies realized that this simple design had created an opportunity for them to give back in a way they had never imagined.
We had orders from all over Louisiana, all over the United States, all the way to Canada, to Germany, to Australia. I mean, went all over the place. And so we fundraised all the way until the end of the year. And by the end of the year, our total had reached right at almost $50,000. Taylor Swift had just donated $50,000, and ours wasn't too shy of that. And it was just so honoring for people to trust us and to know that we were going to be able to all, as a community, give back to the food bank, which gives back to the whole community in general. So it was like the most amazing experience that we could ever have done together. I don't think I'll ever see that again in my lifetime. So it was really humbling, and I still am proud that that's part of my legacy, and Sarah too, for us to share with our children. It was just a great opportunity that we would never have to be able to give back in a way like this, and I just knew it was the right thing to do.
For some, it wasn't the opportunity to provide assistance during the floods. yet the venture to start anew. George Spivey spent his entire life as a welder and fabricator, but as the Comite River swelled beyond its banks, George watched the murky waters wash away a business that took decades to build.
We took 9 foot of water through our shop. The Comite River just flowed through our shop. I lost everything I owned in the fab business. At that time, it was going to be almost impossible for me to be able to get the welding business back up. So I did a lot of praying. I asked God what he wanted me to do. So I went to guide school for 10 days. It was the hardest thing I've had to do, but I always wanted to be a guide. And I got out here to Leeville, and Bobby Gross with Bobby Lynn's Marina, Terry with Terry's Bait Shop there in Leeville. Them two guys really helped me get going. If it wouldn't have been for them two people and God putting favor on their hearts for me, I don't know what I'd have done.
It was then that High Water Charters was born. And for the past year, George has lived his dream of being a fishing guide, knowing that it was a blue-collar, hard-working upbringing that provided the attitude needed to persevere through these difficult times.
I've never been a quitter. I grew up poor, and my dad used to get me out of bed at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd have to go work in his fab shop, sweeping floors and stuff. I mean, what good does it do to curl up and give up? I just got up every morning and just kept getting it.
The flooding of 2016 was an event that could have never been predicted. But if and when the next disaster strikes, just know that no matter your background, there is always an opportunity to help our fellow Louisianians, to lend a helping hand, or to start anew.
It don't do no good to throw your hands up and quit. You just get up and keep going.
People are able to share in that time that they're going to wear this Cajun Navy shirt proud, and they know that they help support such a great cause here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And that's another thing about the Cajun culture. Very, very, very generous, giving people. Always want to give more than they take.
We are the fabric that creates this sportsman's paradise. We are the people who make our home a paradise, Louisiana.